Well, hey everybody, Jonathan Doyle with you once again. Thanks so much for checking out the daily message. Once again, always good to have the pleasure of your company. We've got a whole bunch of great stuff to get through today, but before we do that, please make sure you have subscribed. Hit that subscribe button under here and go and check out these show notes because you can book me to speak. You can get free access to my book, Bridging the Gap. It is all there. Today we are going to cover Marcus Aurelius again. We're going to talk about some stuff from an amazing lecture from somebody who was faced with imminent death. And we're going to talk about purpose, time, and the brick walls and barriers that make life so challenging but may have a message for us. So first, I want to jump into today's quote from Marcus Aurelius. It's a good one. Let's do it. People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and impulse toward are wasting their time even when hard at work. Okay, such a great quote. We've been talking about this a lot in recent weeks. It's the concept of do we or do we not need to have an overarching sense of purpose that directs, as Marcus Aurelius says, every impulse and every thought. Yes, I think we do. I think if you read that particular quote today too literally, it's going to sound like everything we do all the time, everywhere. In the podcast version under here, I talk about, does it mean if we go to a theme park with our family and we're on a roller coaster that we need to be directing every impulse and thought to our overarching life purpose? Well, probably not. But I think this is what I refer to as a vector of aspiration, a general guiding global operative principle, if you like, what I call an operative principle, a principle that operates across all the different factors and sort of areas of your life. Do you have an overarching sense of purpose? Because he's sort of saying that if we don't have it, then no matter what we're doing, even if we're working really hard at something, he says it doesn't even matter. I think it's a great question to think about. I think it's a question that many people never seem to really think about. You think of Aristotle's quote that the unexamined life is not worth living. It's such a powerful quote that we need to be thinking deeply about what it is that we are here to accomplish. What are we trying to do, contribute? What's important to us in our lives? I said in the podcast that, I've been coaching Olivia's soccer team this year. And there are times here, because it's winter here, and it's like bleak and cold and freezing. And I never grew up with soccer, so there's been a lot of YouTube research done lately. But my overarching life principle is, as some of you know, liberate people's potential. Liberate people's potential. As I filter things in my life, I'm constantly asking that question, am I liberating people's potential? So when I get to soccer, even if the environment is difficult and cold, even if I've got to, push myself to learn the drills and all that sort of stuff, I know that I'm directing my energy towards this sense of purpose that I have that then operates in different places, doing these messages each day. When I'm on stage, all these different experiences in life constantly are embedded in this sense of purpose. So I want to put that on your radar. I think that it's something that we really need to be thinking about because our culture is so fractured and fragmented. It's so distraction oriented that it is easy to roll through life and just not have a deep guiding sense of what it is that you're here to do. The second thing I want to share with you today is kind of related. It's from a very powerful lecture given by an American professor called Randy Pausch, P-A-U-S-C-H, or Pausch. It's the anniversary of his death today. He died, I think, about maybe 10, 15 years ago now. And his last lecture is pretty extraordinary because he has terminal cancer. And he knows that he's going to die. He knows that he has a very short space of time left to live. And he's a young man still. And he gives this remarkable lecture about what he's learned and how he thinks people should go about life. And it's quite beautiful. So I'll put a link here under it. I want you to go check that out. But let me give you a couple of quotes from Randy here that are kind of related to this discussion from Marcus Aurelius around purpose and how we use time. So let's do it. The key question to keep asking is, are you spending your time on the right things? Because time is all you have. Brilliant insight. Are you spending your time on the right things? Because really, time is all you have. And I said in the podcast that whether you're Elon Musk with a personal fortune of $210 billion, or whether you're the president of a country, or whether you're living in complete poverty in a remote jungle, the one thing that you all share, apart from your humanity, is that you all get 24 hours in a day. It's a very leveling phenomena of life, isn't it? That everybody gets this exact same amount of time. So Randy Pausch here, as he faces the end of his life, is exhorting us, is challenging us to think very carefully about what we're doing with our time, and are we spending it on the right things? And again, like I just said, in a distraction-oriented culture, in a consumption-based culture, it's very possible to waste very significant amounts of time on the wrong things. What are the wrong things? Things not aligned with your deeper sense of purpose. That's what wrong things are. So if your purpose is to liberate people's potential and you spend all your time not doing anything related to that, well then someone like me would be wasting their time. If I went and worked, as an engineer or an architect, well, you could make a long argument and say, well, maybe your designs are going to liberate people's potential. Yeah, it's a pretty big stretch, but no matter how wonderful an architect I might be, if that was contrary to a deep sense of purpose, I would be wasting my time. All right, now I want to give you Randy Pausch's other quote, which I think is also really good. Let's do that one now. The brick walls are there for a reason. The brick walls are not there to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something. Because the brick walls are there to stop the people who don't want it badly enough. They're there to stop the other people. I really like this idea, this metaphorical concept of brick walls, and when we hit them, we can so easily feel that if we're trying to do something in life, experience something in life, that these barriers and blockages that we all face are some kind of cosmic message that we're trying to do the wrong thing. And I want to tie this all together with purpose and time. What Randy Pausch is telling us here is that when we encounter difficulty, those walls are just there to test us, and those walls are there to keep out everybody else that doesn't really want it that badly. Because imagine if there were no brick walls in life, no boundaries and barriers, that everybody could have everything they wanted all the time. Well, things like effort would probably disappear. Mastery would probably disappear. Those things would begin to vanish if everything was just instantly available. It's one of the problems with, just on a side note, the vast growth in government intervention in our lives all over the world. This focus on things like UBI, Universal Basic Income. Let's allow government into every single area of life so that they become kind of the cosmic wish-granting fairy that there will be money for every possible thing in our lives handed to us. And I don't want to lose you on this tangent, but what I'm saying is that when that happens, then individual agency, the striving of life, because if we stop striving and pushing and everything's just handed to us, we kind of give up. We become sheep. We become basically easy to maneuver and manipulate. So I think the fact that life can be difficult, the fact that we have to strive and push and really try and make things happen is not necessarily a bad thing at all. So let's put these things together. We've got Marcus Aurelius' concept of purpose, and that if we're not operating in a sense of purpose, then we're wasting our life and wasting our time, even if we're working hard on stuff. And then we've got Randy Pausch's idea that we need to be working on the right things. And we put those things together. We've got purpose, we've got a respect for time, and then we know that when we encounter boundaries and walls, that's okay, that those are an invitation to grow, to excel, to develop. So there's a few thoughts for you today. It's not easy to do this stuff, I think it's to start to think about these deep issues, to start to think carefully about your life and what it is that you're trying to do in the context of time. Because if you get a sense of time, if you actually go, hang on, there's going to be a time when I don't have time, when it stops. And that should not be a cause of anxiety or stress. It should give us a deep gravitas, a deep sense of seriousness about, okay, if my time is finite, what am I here to do? And am I honoring the gifts I've been given in the time that I've got? And what if I surrendered my excuse making when it comes to obstacles and barriers and walls? I'm talking to myself here. You can almost sense it, I think. I'm just constantly going, okay, what are the barriers? What are the walls? What am I doing? And then to keep moving forward. All right, God bless you, everybody. Hopefully I've remembered to put Randy's lecture here. It's worth checking out. You can book me to speak. You can get free access to my book. Please make sure you've subscribed. God bless you. Go find that purpose. Go respect time and push through those walls. They're not there to stop you. They're to keep out the people that don't want to do the work that you're prepared to do. God bless you, everybody. My name's Jonathan Doyle. This has been the Daily Message, and you and I are going to talk again tomorrow.